Hey, hi. So this is a thing I've been wanting to do for a while, where I just get a single pedal and kind of do a feedback thing, feed the pedal into itself as I guess, a demonstration as to what it does. Because they all act very different and they're all very exciting, and it's very hard to find videos of just specific pedals in a feedback configuration, whether it be on their own or whether it be with other pedals. So I just grabbed this one off the shelf. I usually use this one with guitar. This is some shit. You can get this for like $50 on Amazon or something. It's nothing special, but it's got a lot of knobs, and it can get pretty loud. So first let's make all this absolute dead quiet. So what I'm doing is, on my mixer, I'm just feeding the monitor send back into one of the channels. I'm going to play that on its own for you now, so you just hear the mixer's feedback and nothing else. So there it is. I'm going to turn it up again. Okay, I'm going to play with the EQ on the mixer while I do that now. Okay, so that's just the mixer. So let's get the mono send going into, or rather coming from, this this pedal, or going into. I'll get this someday. Okay, let me get this plugged in here. Okay, so I think the listing on this thing claimed to be pure bypass, so let's just send that same feedback through it. Now, something to note with feedback is that everything changes feedback. The mixer changes feedback, the volume level changes feedback. Sometimes where you have it plugged in, like the cleanliness of the power affects the feedback. The cables you're using affect the feedback. The length of the cables affect feedback. So these are all things to consider, things to keep in mind. But we're just going to send that same signal now through this. I've added, I think there's like 4 feet of cabling now. So let's send that through this. Well, it's bypassed. Okay, we've got a completely different tone already, and I'm not sure whether that's down to like the bypass circuit or the cables or whatever. I've tried just using this cable for the feedback to the mixer on its own, and it sounds the same as it did before. So it's doing something different already. We're coloring the sound drastically. It's a pretty cool sound. Now let's engage the pedal. So right now everything is turned down, so you're not going to hear anything. I kind of hear something. Okay. So here it is with nothing being fed through it. What you're hearing right now is it's just amplifying whatever noise is in the circuit, or just being shitty. One of the two. Both are equally likely in my setup. I don't necessarily keep all of this. Actually, you can kind of hear it down there, but I don't necessarily keep all of this on the cleanest power. You know, more character and all that. I use all this for feedback primarily, so I like this. Voice does a cool thing. So naturally, when we turn down the drive, we're just like lowering the pitch, or sorry, increasing the pitch because there's less signal going through. Very cool sounds right there. adjusting the EQ on the mixer right now to get some different tones going through it. That's really fucking cool. All right. That is the JOYO American Sound. It's like a preamp. I don't know what the hell they call it on the website, but yeah, it's neat. Some neat textures, some neat like rhythmic things going on in there. Very industrial, I think. It's got that kind of like 90s grit, you know? Sounds like something that would be like pounded in the back of like a Nine Inch Nails track or something like that. It really thrives at the space between extremes where you're just like teetering on having too much of any of the EQs and just teetering on having like full feedback. That's when it starts doing that sputtery kind of like nasty like glitchy stuff, and I like that a bunch. It's neat. It's cool. It's not bad. You can do a lot worse for the price if you just want something to make some nasty feedback. Pair this with pretty much anything, and you've got just a ton of great sounds. I mean, even on its own, there's a lot you could harvest from just that recording session there. But yeah, that's that. Hopefully, this has been illuminating if you're looking for a thing. Or if you saw this and you're like, I wonder if that's worth any amount of money. I think it is. Yeah, that's it. Take care. Have a good one.